Tell me a little bit about this deal that you have going on right now.
Okay. For the deal that you're asking me about, actually there was somebody in the network that had the relationship with the seller. Okay. And that lady lives in a suburb called Capelle, and the seller had a property in Capelle, and she did some marketing and built the relationship with that particular seller. And she felt something could be done with the property from an investment standpoint, but she was busy building. She builds beautiful multi-million-dollar spec homes, and she was swamped building her spec homes, so she didn't have time for the project. She brought it to two other people in the network and said, hey, how about you take this deal, pay me a little bit of a deal finder fee, and you guys have the deal. They reached out to me because they weren't sure what to do with the deal. Okay, here's why they weren't. They're super smart guys. It's two of them that are business partners, and they're both in the network. But it was an acre of land in the center of Capelle. And if you're not familiar with Capelle, it's a very affluent, high-income, high-dollar suburb of Dallas-Fort Worth. And this is an acre of land, and it had one house on it. And the house, the gentleman that came to me, what they wanted my help with was two things. One is, should they bulldoze the house or should they finish renovating the house and sell it? And if they bulldoze the house, what's the best use of the land? So those were the two things they came to me for.
And what was your solution?
I said, well, let me go see the house. And as soon as I got in front of the house, I didn't even walk inside it. I turned to them and said, this house has to be bulldozed. And they said, but the guy we're buying it from has just spent $100,000 renovating the inside of it. And I said, he must be an untrained investor, because that was a waste of $100,000. This house needs to be bulldozed. The value is in the dirt. That house is not worth the dirt that it's sitting on. And he's never going to get his money out of that house if he dumps more money into it and more money into it and more money into it and finishes the renovation. Nobody's going to want to live there. It's not for that price. He's dug himself in a hole. And we don't want to buy his hole, but we can buy it and bulldoze the house and repurpose the land. And they're like, okay, well, we would need you to repurpose the land, but we'll partner with you. I said, that's fine. So that's what we did. So the two guys and I partnered up. We bought the land.
For how much?
$628,000 for 1 acre. If you think about it, it's kind of a pricey acre.
Yeah.
And so we bought the acre, spent $18,000 to bulldoze the house, and had to pay some permit fees and things to the city to bulldoze the house. And we did the paperwork, hired the right surveyor, hired the right engineer, and the gentleman that partnered with me, they used me for the relationships with the city. That's a strength of mine, and knowing what you can do with land, and so we went through all the administrative processes with the city of Capelle, and they let us turn this into 3 lots. So each lot is about 1/3 of an acre each.
Okay.
And what we did is we actually had the lots pre-sold before we bought the dirt. Okay, so these would be phenomenal lots to build a big luxury home, which is, that's what Capelle wants and can afford. It's the right product for that location. So we actually had it pre-sold on paper before we bought the dirt.
Wow.
And we bought it for $628,000. We had it pre-sold for $825,000.
How many deals have you done?
Over 55 deals we've done as a family.
How much money have you made since you became a real estate investor?
The deals that we've been a part of altogether worth over $35 million.
And how does that make you feel today to see this number?
Well, it's a feeling of independence, that I'm not dependent on working for somebody else in a W-2 job. It's a feeling of accomplishment. It's a feeling of pride. And it's a feeling of control of destiny. Like, we are determining our destiny. It's not being determined by somebody in a corner office.
Do you know anyone that you like to thank you for being here today?
Well, for sure, I'm always thankful to God, and I'm particularly also thankful to Phil and Shanoa for having created this network and created this training program. And then so many dozens of people, if maybe hundreds of people in the network, lenders, business partners, subject matter experts. There's been so many people in this network and in the power team that have helped me and my family and our business. Literally dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people in the network have helped contribute to this outcome.